As the sun dipped below the horizon, the world transformed into a canvas of fiery hues, brilliant oranges and deep purples mingling in a breathtaking display. The last light of day melted away, and shadows began to stretch and elongate, creeping across the forest floor as if they had a life of their own. The trees, once vibrant and alive in the daylight, now stood as silent sentinels, their gnarled branches reaching toward the sky like skeletal fingers grasping for the fading light. In this twilight, the forest exhaled, releasing the scent of damp earth and moss, inviting the hidden realm of creatures that had slumbered throughout the day to emerge from their secretive lairs. It was a time when folklore danced through the air, weaving tales of the strange and bizarre, tales that had been passed down through generations, a time when the boundary between the known and the unknown blurred, and curiosity ignited the imagination. A soft rustle of leaves caught Jake's attention, a sound that was heavier than the gentle stirrings of the wind or the scurrying of small animals. It was an unmistakable presence, something substantial, something that did not belong to the familiar inhabitants of the forest. Jake's heart raced, and his mind swirled with possibilities, each more fantastical than the last. Was it a creature of legend, a guardian of the woods, or perhaps something far more sinister? The stories of the forest echoed in his thoughts, tales of beings, creatures that could blend into the night. As Jake stood there, the full moon ascended, casting its silvery glow into the dark corners where shadows flickered and danced. The air grew thick with anticipation, and a nocturnal serenade began. A low, throaty growl reverberated from within the thicket, harmonizing with the haunting whispers of the night wind. It was a sound that resonated deep within the very essence of the forest, a call that seemed to awaken something primal in the air. Then, piercing through the symphony of the night, an Indian voice emerged, rich and melodic, resonating through the misty darkness. It felt as if the voice was guiding the creatures that were making strange, loud sounds to be quiet. And it became very silent, as if the forest itself had paused to listen, to heed the call that echoed through the trees. It was a voice that commanded respect, and the creatures obeyed the loud Indian voice, which was loud and sharp. The air thickened with an electric charge, and Jake felt the weight of unseen eyes in the forest upon him. Were they watching me, he thought? Were they aware of my presence, he pondered. The creatures remained still, as if caught in a web of enchantment, suspended between the call of the Indian speaker and the pull of the night. It was a moment of profound stillness, where time seemed to stretch and bend, and the world around Jake became another type of world, tales of the forest, stories of light and dark. It spoke of guardians who roamed the woods, protectors of nature's secrets, beings that shifted between realms, forever entwined with the cycles of the moon and the sun. The more Jake listened, the more Jake felt an invisible thread connecting him to the very essence of the forest, a bond that transcended the boundaries of understanding. But either way, it was an amazing encounter to listen to all the sounds. Jake knew this was only the beginning of the search for the unknown of the forest. For now, he knew in his heart he had to know what this all was. Jake knew it was not going to be easy, but it was going to be worth it. For now, destiny had chosen him, and he had not expected the destiny that was now set before him. In that moment, Jake felt a profound connection to the world around him, a realization that the forest was alive with stories and secrets, with beings that existed beyond the veil of human perception. The shadows that had once seemed ominous now felt like a protective embrace, cradling the mysteries of the night. Jake stood entranced, a witness to the unfolding of life that thrived in the darkness, a reminder that the world was far richer and more complex than Jake had ever imagined. As the sounds began to fade into the night, the creatures of the forest remained, their forms blending in with the moonlight, a testament to the beauty and mystery that lay beyond the ordinary. The creatures, once hidden, now stood united in their shared existence, a reminder that the night held its own secrets, its own stories waiting to be uncovered. As Jake turned to leave, he carried with him the knowledge that the forest was not just a collection of trees and shadows, but that there was way more to reveal. But he knew it had to be revealed with respect for its environment and the way of nature's balance. For Jake knew he could not learn anything concerning these creatures or night tales and wonders on his own conditions. No, not at all. It had to be on their terms in order to gain trust and find out the mysteries of the night forest. And so the journey would begin with a great respect for nature and the God who has made all these things on this earth. Even though we may not understand it, we know it is all in his great hands. Hope you enjoyed this story of some of the night's hidden treasures and wonders.